Hello, my name is John Holme, and this is a video response to Professor Lawrence Krauss's assertion that teaching children about creationism is a form of child abuse. Before I look at this issue specifically, I'd just like to read from the book of Romans in the New Testament. Romans chapter 1 verse 20 says, "For the invisible things of him," that is God, "from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his," that's God's, "eternal power and Godhead, so that they," that is mankind, "are without excuse. Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds, and four-footed beasts, and creeping things. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lusts of their own hearts, to dishonour their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature," that is the creation, "more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen." So we see that even 2,000 years ago, when Paul wrote this letter, that there were university professors. A university professor is a person who professes, and these people, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. In Professor Krauss's video, he states that creationists teach that the earth or the creation has been around for 6,000 years, but in fact the reality is that it's been around for 4.55 billion years. And he states that with absolute confidence, suggesting that he knows that to be the truth. But of course he doesn't. He also uses the analogy that people who believe in a 6,000 year creation are so widely off the mark that you can compare it to somebody who says that the United States is 17 miles across. The difference, of course, is that it's easily provable that the United States is more than 17 feet from the east to the west. However, it is not possible to prove that the universe has been in existence for 4.55 billion, that is 4,550,000,000 years of time. Because he is, as his job title describes him, a theoretical physicist, he's purely giving his theory for the age of the universe, and of course he can find many other professors who will agree with him, but conversely there are many other academically trained and excellent people who would disagree with his theory. Now, to suggest that teaching creationism is a form of child abuse is preposterous. But also, let's just consider what the alternatives are. If you take Professor Krauss's theory to its extreme, first of all, by denying a creator, he is saying there is no God, and that we, as human beings, are taught through the evolutionary system that we are just a huge number of mutations over billions of years that have evolved into what we see today. by saying that, he's saying that we're just mutants. And if we're mutants, then normally what you do with mutants, and think of cancer as an example, is you eradicate them because they are destructive. But of course the other problem with the theory of evolution that presupposes that there is no God is that if there is no God, then there is no eternity, there is no purpose for living. We are just, after all, a series of accidents, and therefore there are no rules to live by. It's surely about survival of the species. And if he says that he has a concern for children, he has an odd way of showing it, because to teach people and to teach children that they are nothing but an accident certainly doesn't do anything to raise their self-esteem, but also it means that they have no reason to live disciplined lives and to consider other people, because life isn't about anybody else but themselves. So, Mr. Kraus, if you really do care about children, then you ought to give serious consideration to your theories. Thank you for watching.